3, 2, 1.
What's up, everybody?
What's up?
Oh my goodness, y'all, I want to make a quick announcement if I can get my mouse to work, and I cannot. You'll have to do it. There we go. Doc actually made it tonight. Everybody.
It's my reminder. I told him it was Thursday.
That was good. That was good.
Who's Doc? What's up, Doc?
Maybe it's me. I don't know.
So last week, Doc missed the show because he thought it was Wednesday, and we didn't hear from him.
Me?
All texting.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have ADHD at all.
We were
That
all
was me like yesterday. I was all like rushing to get home, like, oh my God, what time is this thing? And then my wife's like, you're an idiot. It's Wednesday.
So you did the correct mistake, which was one day before. I did it when it was Friday already. No, and everybody was messaging me and saying like, "What's? I hope everything's good with
worried
you."
about your old ass.
We are worried about you. I said, "What are they talking about?" And then I was gonna say, "Holly, I'll see you tonight," and I was like, "Fuck me."
It happens.
We were all texting him, Doc, are you okay? We're getting worried.
I was seriously worried about you, Doc. Like I
No,
really
I bet you were, but my stupid ass just like no, and I knew it was Friday, but I didn't know it was Friday. So
he said it. His stupid ass.
yes, I said it. Well, at least Travis shaved his beard in celebration, so he's 20 years younger now.
Yep, that's right. I was finally forced to by management.
Gladly, you look like a teenager now.
And
Yeah.
management is his beautiful wife.
Joanne. That's right.
Better say her name. You better give her credit.
You look like a teenager that had a very rough childhood, but that's fine.
I know. I was about to ask. I'm like, do you have to wear PPE or something? Like, I just did my like ceremonial last trim before. Like, I won't shave again until like probably February or March.
Yeah.
Well, Travis was looking like Santa Claus's helper. He wasn't quite Santa Claus yet, but if that would have been my husband, I would have had him in a headlock in the shower shaving it myself.
But my wife's actually gotten really good over the years. Usually it gets like right around here, you know, maybe an inch, and she's like, we're out of here. But like I had it down to like here last time before like it finally started getting scraggly, and she's like, baby, you just look fucking old. And I was like,
when you start looking either Amish or Duck Dynasty, it's time to go.
Yeah, I was going to the Duck Dynasty. It was nice and full, and I have a real like thick bathrobe with a big hood. I pull the hood over and pull it down, and it's like kind of the same color as the beard. So I look like a mountain creature.
I know. I was telling my wife, I was like, I've moved on to the fuck it stage of my life. I don't work for anybody but myself anymore, really, and I can kind of do what I want and everything, and like just fuck it. I'm just gonna do it, you know. And then like after a while, she's all like, "Really? Are you really there?" And I'm like looking in the mirror, and I'm like, "No, I can't say fuck it yet. Like I can't say it yet. I still see myself."
Yeah, we had two stages of COVID. It was either homeless or a concentration camp because you had to cut your own hair. So, like, I have pictures from both. So
That's great.
I don't mind the beard on guys when they like it's taken care of. I like them like if they're long. I always love the scruff and stuff, but yeah.
It depends on if it's gray or brown.
But it makes
the guy.
Regardless, make it look old.
Yeah, I prefer gray. Absolutely.
No,
yeah, I'm still like half and half. I ain't there yet. Like it's like I got some brown right here, but then this is all gray.
It's like a skunk.
So Zach,
right down the middle.
Zach, I want to talk to you first and foremost about reptile ads. Yes, sir. Give us your whole story. I'm so excited for you. I know you work hard for husbandry, and I know you've worked hard for this. And let's hear your story.
Why did you do it?
You know, I work for Husbandry Pro, business development, a couple years now. I've been working on reptile ads for over a year now. It's something I originally tried to get Husbandry Pro to do, but we decided it wasn't for us. We didn't want to change the direction of the platform and didn't want to lose its identity into something it's not. And so I decided to do it on my own. I do have a partner. Robert is my CTO of the company. I'm the CEO. So I do own and operate this one. So I drive it's a little confusing, you know, like when I wear my reptile ads hat, I'm the owner and operator and I'm the CEO, you know, and then I'm like, oh, I put on my Husbandry Pro hat and I'm all like, I got to listen to what these guys tell me I can do. So I can't, you know, completely drive. So, you know, this one, that's going to be one of the big differences there is usability. Like people have asked me, like, how's this going to be different than Husbandry Pro? It's like you have a different owner. You have somebody different at the wheel. You have different developers. You know, pretty much every facet of the entire system has been tested by me, someone actually in the hobby, you know, someone who raises reptiles at any time. I have 200 to 400 of my own. I've had individual reptiles to hundreds of reptiles. So I've tried to look at it from both sides of the glass. And one of the good things about reptile ads is we've had all these other platforms that have came out recently. And it's just, you know, it's like one person who's got, you know, it's a hobby thing and God bless them. But, you know, it's just not going to get the support that we're used to coming from like Morph Market. You know, we've grown accustomed to a high level of service. And to, you know, I feel like for a listing site to take off, we're going to need that same high level of service. And so, you know, we have a team of developers. It's not just me. It's not just one developer. We have customer service people. I have accounting people. So, you know, you're going to get that same top-notch elite level care that you're used to getting at a marketplace. It's not something you're going to get like from one of these weekend built things. You know, everything's smooth. It's on the latest, greatest technology. It's faster than any of the other platforms on the market. And I mean, any of them. It's built on newer technology than any of them. It has the capability to be faster and score higher in SEOs than any of them. And we have one of the best SEO guys that you know, money could buy. He's one of the best SEO guys in all of Canada. And we should start seeing Google placements next week, hopefully. And that'll really start driving in the customers. And then we'll start doing our paid advertisements.
Can you explain to us what SEOs are for us noobs?
So I'm a noob too. That's one of the good things about this is you don't have a developer with developer brain, you know, like they had to explain to me what SEO is. But I know SEO is how Google scores us and gets us to show up in the search results. So when you look for ball python for sale, we don't show up number 27. We show up number 2. Cool. You know, and as time goes on, our age score will get better. Our speed score is already faster than anyone else can be. So we're going to have really, really high SEO scores as soon as we get placed. And we will start gaining on other placements really fast as we start developing some time in the system. And that's one of the main reasons we gave it to everybody for free for 6 months is because, you know, you can't launch a platform like this and think that there's going to be hundreds of people just flooding the gates shopping. You know, most of what we have right now is, you know, word of mouth. We're getting breeders in here and they're loading up. We have a few breeders who are coming and shopping. You know, 1 or 2 random people have found us, but you're not going to find us under ball pythons for sale. We're like number 37 until Google places us. Once the SEO registers and everything, which should happen, it takes about 2 weeks after launch. And then we start showing up in like the top 5, top 6. And then over the next 6 months, we'll start jumping places as we get a little bit of history with us. It'll really be a big jump after 6 months. Nice. So that's why we made it free for everybody, because nobody wants to come pay for something and hope they're going to make money. So y'all can come check it out, be early adopters, get your founder badges, be the first animals there whenever customers do come in the door. What are they going to see? They're going to see the first animals in the market. And those are going to be y'all who got on there early. And so that's the extra benefit for being on one of the early adopters. We've been doing really good, very smooth on the rollout. We've had very few bugs. All the bugs we've had that have been reported have been fixed within 48 hours, business hours. I consider that really fast, and it's mostly been small stuff. We haven't had anything major that stopped anybody just flat out from coming over yet. So that's been real good. And we just uploaded, Andre just uploaded from Chimera today with 209 animals, and he was able to bring them all over smoothly with no problems.
Oh, you explained that. You explained that to me, and that was something that I thought was pretty amazing on how to export from. If you want to give a little bit of a summary, like how to export from, or that you can export at least from Morph Market all the information and upload to Reptile Ads.
Yes. So one of the good things about Reptile Ads is, we wanted to be involved with everyone in the community. We wanted to work well with everybody and play and get along with everybody. And so we have a direct integration with Husbandry Pro. We also have a Morph Market import also for the people who use Morph Market. You don't have to use Husbandry Pro. You can literally just go to My Animals in the top right corner, just export your animals in CSV format. And if your account's already set up in in Reptile Ads, you just go to import, go to Morph Market import, drop your file. It actually brings the photographs and everything. It fetches them from the CSV file. You get a little preview where you can actually look at your animals. And so if you did your big import and you want to change something from Morph Market without having to go into each one of your animals, you can look at all 78 of your animals right there on a quick screen with a quick edit and do quick edits before you actually import them. And then it makes all your ads for you, including the photographs. So you're not going to have to come back and mess with your photographs after that also.
Does it work with Clutch also?
So for Clutch, we do have a custom CSV import. I did reach out to Justin in Summer today. I talked to Justin a little bit in Tinley about him coming over and checking out the platform, and he was pretty excited about it. I know Husbandry Pro and Clutch have typically been competitors in the past, but we've had a friendly working relationship. I've spoke amicably with Summer several times, and me and Justin have had multiple conversations. So I don't see any problem there. And Reptile Ads is a different company. We have an integration with Husbandry Pro. I would be amenable to doing something with Clutch as well. What we have for them currently is we have the CSV import, and I do believe they have a data export. So you can do their data export. You would have to tweak a couple headers, but it's totally doable.
Okay.
The Simpsons. Where'd everybody go?
What are you
I
doing?
don't know what I did.
It's me again, Margaret.
I don't know if anybody else has experienced the computer glitches I've experienced. Travis has experienced. A lot of other podcasters have experienced here the last couple of days, but it has been crazy. So
I've been hearing a lot of people like in the past week or so have had problems with StreamYard.
doing?
oh,
Zach, and I don't know if you're gonna implement that. Do you have any payment platform like Square or not yet
Yes.
for direct payment?
So currently we have PayPal, Stripe, and Square integration. So you can set up the buy now features on your site or directly on our site, so you can buy them right there. You can have the shipping total added into the total with the buy now. We have multiple different shipping options. We do have an integration with Reptile Ads. So if you have a Reptile Ads discount, you can, through our platform, reach out to Redline.
there we go.
Too many companies. You can reach out to Redline Shipping and get an API code from them. And once you have their code, you can connect your Redline account. And if you have a discount, you can generate quotes from there. You can still turn on Redline Shipping if you don't have a special API from them and just use them to generate quotes. And basically, you can set your shipping option to Redline. And whenever you go to the buy now, they'll have to generate the Redline quote with their based off of your zip code and their zip code. And it'll charge them whatever the standard market price is from Redline for their shipping label. You don't have to use Redline. That's just one of the options we have. That's they had the ability to integrate with us, so we reached out to them and we added that.
And just for people to know, you can still use your Morph Market shipping. It's not going to be integrated, but you can still use. You can still print. You can still print labels from. If you have a better discount, you can still use the Morph Market shipping label.
Yeah, you can use shipping through whoever you want, and Yeah. So we've got the integration. We're ready to work with whoever's willing to work with us really at this point. We just Husbandry Pro and Redline were the two early adopters who had the most interest with working with other people in the community whenever we were reaching out. But I've got to say, I've talked to Darian throughout this process, and he's been he's been cool about it. I talked to him a couple days ago. We haven't had any problems with that. From my understanding, there's not going to be any, jerking around with their export to try to mess with our import or anything like that. We have a fairly good understanding. We just conduct ourselves like businessmen, and there's no reason for us to do things to be untoward towards each other.
That's
So,
good.
quick question. If, for example, if I exported all my animals and I have it imported to Reptile Ads, and a few weeks later or a few months later, I have 50 more animals. If I export the list again, is it gonna detect that I have those already, and how is it gonna do like for a new export, for example? Have you guys had that already or no?
Yes. So it'll register the duplicates. Like if say you added 15 more animals to your, call it 50, and now you got 65. You bring in the whole 65, it'll register which one of those 50s are duplicates. It'll identify them, uncheck the box for them, so you can just not import those at all. Or if you have new data in those, you can recheck the box for it and import it again, and it will override the existing data with new updated data. So like say you updated all, you don't use Husbandry Pro, you just use Morph Market and your pen and paper. And you go in Morph Market and you update all your weights and everything. Well, now I don't want to have to go in Husbandry or Reptile Ads and update all my weights. You just export your list, come back over there, re-import it, and it'll just recognize, oh, the weights column's changed the next one. And so it'll just update the weight on each one of your ads.
Awesome. Hey, it's pretty. You guys did a great job.
Thank you. We worked really hard really hard on that part, and the Husbandry Pro part being super smooth. Husbandry Pro is pretty much the same way. We just took out the part where you don't have to go to Husbandry Pro first. You go to our system, and from our system, if you connect your Husbandry Pro, or you can sign up through your Husbandry Pro. But once it's connected, you just go to Husbandry Pro import and you click fetch animals. So basically that fetch animals is you going to Morph Market, grabbing the CSV file and then dropping it in. And then the rest of it is exactly the same. It fetches every animal from your Husbandry Pro that's been marked as for sale. You go through and click the box on the ones you want to import. You can change any fields if you want to change them. We found that on the Husbandry Pro import, a lot more people are wanting to change fields than because your Morph Market import, it's pretty much a copy to copy. Your title's your title, your description's your description.
Right.
Well, Husbandry Pro, your descriptor comes over as your title. The buyer note can come over as a description. And, so there's a little nuances in there with Husbandry Pro because of how customizable they are. So that's a real good one where, you look through and make sure all the fields are going to match up before you create your ads with it.
I'm actually trying to pull it up right now.
I was going to say
my store off, and I can't get it to pull up right now, but
it's like I broke it live.
You broke it.
Wait, are you having technical difficulties, or did you break it?
What's up, Patrick?
I like adding the link to the home screen, and it basically turns it into an app.
Okay.
What's up, Chris?
And you know what? Y'all's the homies. Holly was actually, you were my first podcast ever, Holly. The first podcast I was ever on. So I'm gonna drop it here. People whined, people cried, and people complained. They do not like dragging stuff to their home screen and making their own app.
I did it. What are you talking about?
We're making an app for everyone.
Oh man, I already dragged it to my home screen.
I'm testing. I was testing it this week. It's okay. You're iOS. Keep doing what you're doing. You're gonna be a minute. iOS. I had to get a dude's number or a rad's number. I got it wrote down here somewhere. Dunes. You have to get a dunes or Duns number or Dunes number for them. And it takes 30 days because I'm not freaking paying for it just to get it in 2 weeks instead of 30 days. So it'll be at least a month before we'd even could technically even possibly consider an iPhone app. But we are testing an Android app already. And it's pretty close to completion because our platform was built on cell phone technology. It was built cell phone first. So whenever it comes to making an app, we literally just added a couple quick bars for usability, and then it's pretty much the exact, it's just the website.
Nice.
So with all of that being said, I did my first reptile show with Zach for Husbandry Pro. And I got to see the setup. I got to see everything they do, everything. I just want to start with the toolbox. That to me was like the most important thing. I was like, hey, I have to get this because Zach says I have to. Like, if it's so much stuff, Zach, what
And
do you
everything
put?
so organized.
It does. And I went, Bobby went last week and bought me the Milwaukee pack, whatever it's called.
Oh, you should have messaged me. I'd have saved you some money, girl. Okay, so I've got the Milwaukee. I've got it. I'm bougie. My wife bought it for me for Father's Day, and she wanted to get me something nice. So I'm not gonna turn it back or nothing. It's the Milwaukee. It's nice. But I will say, if you want to save some money, the knockoff Walmart version, the blue one, I believe it's Heart brand or whatever. It's got blue clips and stuff on it in black. That one is set up almost exactly like the Milwaukee. It just feels slightly flimsier.
Buy the Milwaukee. Buy the Milwaukee.
Before he's sitting there saying buy the Milwaukee, you're going to buy the Milwaukee and you're going to take the base roll around and realize that it's almost 6 inches freaking taller than any other roll around toolbox. And so you're not going to be able to close any tonneau covers in your truck, and you're going to have problems with clearance with it fitting and stuff because it sticks up so tall.
I will say my husband is a plumber. He went to a supply house, talked to the people there. Milwaukee was actually there and was like, this would be perfect for your wife. Because I'll be doing shows on my own, and gave me a really good hookup and an excellent price. So I do want to say, if you have any plumbing companies around your area or anything, Amazon is not always the cheapest. Try to buy local to support your economy. And dude, I got a really good price on that. But Zach, I want to know what you put inside of it.
It all goes in there. It's all in the toolboxes. Everything except for the displays. So I can tell you right now, my bottom roll around has got my tablecloth covers that go over the animals at night, my hand sanitizer, and my acrylic signs that I put out on the table. My middle box has all my electrical components, which is the cables that go for my displays and all the cables that plug up my lights, my extension cords, and power strips. Mm-hmm. My top box is all your little stuff, your pins, business cards, square reader, lanyards, name tag, all that.
Stickers.
Stickers, all that good jazz goes up there in that top box. And that's pretty much everything I have for the show fits in those 3 boxes. I roll with my pack out toolbox, which is 3 boxes. I'm about to add a 4th box to it because I run 4 tables, so I need a lot of shit. And then I take my 2 banners and my displays, and that's it.
So you have acrylic, you do have the next level. What stuff do you use to clean it?
Oh, I use acrylic only stuff. I use the next level cleaner a little bit, but honestly, it's not the best. They have some good stuff, and I don't have it here with me. My setup is back at the building, but I'll have to get it for you. There's one that's got a scratch remover built into it that works really good for like all your fingerprints and fine scuffs and stuff that you'll get throughout the year. Okay. And because I found like the one that you get with the next level, it's pretty much just a cleaner. And like it does do good about blocking fingerprints. So, you're not getting fingerprints from the little kids as easily and stuff like that. Right. But it does not remove your micro scratches. And so whenever I was using that, it wasn't even making it 6 months before my acrylic, the glass tops were starting to look a little hashy looking, and I was having to polish them. And so when I went with an acrylic cleaner with a light polish in it, it kept those low scratches down. And so now I repolish my displays once a year instead of twice a year. And if you've ever had to polish a set of displays, you will thank me, because it's a tedious pain in the ass to polish them. But you do 60 shows or 30 shows in a year and don't polish your displays, they're going to be looking pretty damn rough.
Right. Yeah.
They get little scratch marks on them and stuff.
I don't know what Doc is showing off here.
I'm trying to export the. I have my phone because I couldn't log into. There's not much to show, so I'm actually trying to export. Doing live here, I'm trying to export my animals from Morph Market to Reptile ads.
Okay.
Speaking of reptile ads, do you guys have anything in the plans to put a view counter on the ads so you can see how many times your specific ad is viewed by people that are perusing the site?
It's not anything that's on the list currently, but it's not something that would be hard to do. We have one of our things in seller utilities. Yeah. Talks about stuff we're working on in the next year and stuff. And that's going to be in performance analytics, which is, it's got it on here for Q2 2026, but really performance analytics is probably going to be Q1 because I want the advanced analytics is tied to the premium package. So we got to make sure the advanced analytics will be out before we actually start charging for package levels, because we'll have some basic analytics, and that'll be stuff like your view counters and stuff like that. And then we'll have advanced analytics like click-through rates and stuff like that for your premium level tiers.
Okay.
One thing that I love that you guys are not going to do is auctions.
Yeah, there will be no auctions. This is a listing site. It's going to be a listing site. And we'll want to maintain the integrity of that identity. And, and personally, my personal opinion is I don't feel it was the best thing for the hobby. I have done some auctions, it's there. People are using it. I don't see them going away anytime soon. They're getting more popular with the, let's buy them now in 5 seconds, or the live auctions or everything. And I feel even more strongly about those being not good for the hobby. And so it's just not something I'll see over there. And the data we have actually shows that it does devalue your listings, especially when you have it on the phone.
Thank you, Zach. I feel the exact same way, dude.
And people are looking for deals instead of looking for the right animal for their collection or as a patch.
And you end up you find that you build a following based off of your platform. You're going to find the people that gravitate to you. Our platform is going to be right for some people and not right for others. Both platforms are going to be right for some people. There's going to be some people who want to come put their nice stuff on Reptile ads and then move their byproduct snakes in the market on, Palm Street or Morph Market. And hey, more power to you. We're here to be an extra avenue of revenue. We're not here to be a replacement avenue of revenue.
Oh, I love it.
Honestly, I think that the auction should be left up to the important things in our community where people are going through hard times. And, I've done them for cancer and stuff like that, individuals. I think that kind of auction is awesome. But as far as big auctions on these big sites, it doesn't need to be held there.
Well, and I agree with you. But, I also understand that opinions are like assholes and we all got one.
I got two. I'm married to one.
Everybody has their way that would be the perfect way, and sometimes something's going to fit exactly in that perfect mold, or sometimes we're finding what fits close enough to that mold. In my head, a perfect world, we could maybe have some auctions, but I do auction, in my head, a perfect auction is completely different. It's something where, there's no more than ever 1 to 2 pages of auctions, and it's only the nicest stuff that goes on there that you refuse to list, and it goes for insane, crazy high prices over market value. A complete flip to the whole bottom bid gets the fruit kind of mentality that we're seeing now in the auctions. But I feel like it's gone too far to go to that way with it, and so we just opted to not do it at all.
That's awesome.
So,
glad to hear it, man. You got to come check it out, Chris. I got a bunch of new babies. If you're going to be in the Dallas area, my wife will be down at Repticon with a few of them, and I'll be at Oklahoma City at the new Reptilian Nation show, doing a split show this weekend.
So
Nice.
BC man.
Zach, I want to do this live. So walk me through. I already exported it. And how do I import to Reptile? I already did all my login information and everything. I
Okay,
want
you
to
already
show
set up
people how
your
easy
seller
it
account?
is.
You already set up your seller account?
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to go to your dashboard.
Okay, I'm here.
Then you're going to go to My Ads,
My ads,
Import Animals.
import animals. Oh, there's a complete seller profile. So I haven't done that.
So you haven't completed your seller profile.
I
See?
thought it was
So-
just a login information. Okay, so after I do that,
So while you're doing that real quick, so people have asked me this one, what's the difference in your buyer? Is there a separate buyer account? Because people were on there like, well, how do I get a buyer account? Every account is a buyer account when you initially sign up. Your account gets flagged as a seller account once you complete a seller setup. And so to do any listing, when you go to your My Ads, seller systems, anywhere that says anything about sales, it's going to pop up like, hey, and you have to agree to the seller terms and say, hey, you're going to have to go over here and set up your store profile to register as a seller. And so once you've set up your store profile, now your account is registered as a seller account. So that's the difference there. Like your free account is your buyer account. And your seller account is after you've confirmed and, you know, agreed to all of our terms of service. There's terms of service for using the website, which you would do whenever you sign up for it. And there's terms of service for being a seller, you know, just little basic stuff like you give us permission to share your pictures and stuff for the purpose of promoting our website and stuff like that. So we don't get sued whenever I take your awesome, beautiful snake and share a picture of it and somebody gets mad that I did it.
So kind of back to the show thing. I don't mean to interrupt you, Zach. I'm just trying.
Oh yeah, go ahead. I'm 80.
My computers are so messed up right now. I'm just trying to do stuff. Honestly, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore.
Is this
I don't
you?
know where
Is this you
Travis went.
with the feet mat thing?
So yes, whenever I was working the show with you, I kept on tripping on the mat. And I was like, I need something that I can see. And this just seemed like, come on, open up. So
oh yeah, I did you dirty by not mentioning that in my show setup. Like that's the most important part of a Reptile Expo setup right there is the freaking relief mat.
And I got it in. It does have the yellow stripes. It's not as bright as it does show in this picture, but it is awesome. And I'm really excited to use it. So
Mine is just like it. I think we bought the same, Holly. But this is for
we're smart.
this is I use in front of both of my sinks to when I'm cleaning tubs.
Okay.
I have to publicly shame Jesse a little bit here. We were oh crap, where were we? We were in Chicago. We were at Tinley at NARBC, and Jesse went in there. He's like, all right, I checked. We got everything, bro. And we left my long, big relief man. It wasn't even like one of those Amazon relief. No, this is from a doctor's office, you know, where they stand all. This was like a freaking $300 relief mat. Like I was so proud of this thing. Like I got it from the mental health place I worked at. I wasn't locked up in there.
I was gonna say was work at or was
no, they did a remodel and freaking they gave them like carte blanche budgets to do whatever, and they're like, screw it, we're ordering new relief mats and everything, and like the relief mats were all good, and I was like, that's going home with me.
Well, that was a really important thing for me because just like Ashley, I've had, you know, she's got a foot surgery coming up. I've had 16 over the last 6 years. Feet are a really important part of my I've got to have comfort. I've got to have a tall chair.
Yeah, most of these shows are on concrete or gymnasium flooring. And so like it is brutal. If you're over 30 or if you have any kind of injuries or something, you know, like it's like even with the relief mat, if I don't wear good shoes with it, if I try to wear my Hey Dudes, you know, instead of like, you know, something with a little more support, then I can tell the difference. And it's a difference.
I don't know what's going on here, y'all.
It's definitely the difference between being able to go out for drinks after the show with your buddies or being like, nah, I've got to go back to the hotel room. I can't do anything tonight, guys.
And that's me. Like, even that one show I did with you that weekend, I was so exhausted, but I still had a mat there. But I did keep tripping over it. I have to have something I can visually see to where I can step up on. And when I seen this one on Amazon, I was like, that's the one I need. So
I can't sit still.
Jesse's buying me a new one.
Jesse's buying you a new one.
Yeah. He should be here. He's got good internet now. He has no reason for not ever getting on podcasts anymore. Like, he had a reason in the beginning, and then he just like used that the first 2 or 3 times anyone ever invited him. And then he got new internet and no one ever invited him again. And he's all like,
well, tell Jesse he better get his bahokey back in the Reptile Lounge. Absolutely.
No, I can never stay behind the table. I'm always up front, moving around, talking, and I don't know. That's where it's like a relief mat for me is like, I don't stand there long enough. Constantly moving.
Put them in the front too. Don Shores kills it every show. There is one person who has ball pythons on their show, on their table, every single show. And every single show is going to make good money and is going to make several $1,000s every time. And that's Don Shores. And he's got a row of relief mats all the way across the front.
Yeah.
He tapes them down for the customers to stand on. And his old hard ass doesn't even have one for himself back there.
Oh, dang. Listen
But
to that.
people will beeline for those mats after they've been walking around the show. They're like, ooh, look, he's got mats. Let me go look at what he's got over there. And they find themselves staying and standing longer because it's comfortable. So, like, I don't do it because it's a pain in the butt. I hate that cart.
So I ask around in multiple rooms I'm in on Instagram. I was looking around for a cart. I'll be doing most of the shows by myself. And I'm like, dude, I've got to have something. Zach's already like, So Shane suggested this one. I'd already had it in my cart, but he said you have to put grip tape around the yellow part at the bottom. So
your displays will shoot right off those things.
Yes. So I did buy the grip tape, and I bought this cart, $67.99. And he's like, you don't want to know how I know about how bad these are. Like his.
Oh, yeah. I sent 8 displays down a freaking loading ramp, dude. I was livid. Thankfully, none of my animals were hurt, but oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I'm super excited to get this in. I got the grip tapes. And hopefully it'll work. And as a woman doing reptile shows by yourself, like men, you're more stout and everything like that. And I do know the next levels are so heavy.
They are.
So just stay tuned because there's a girl here that works at a CNC machine shop, and I am currently in the process of coming up with something. So the movements are being designed. So I want to make something lighter and it's going to be better.
And that's what I'm so scared about. Like, I do need something lighter. I'll be doing it by myself. I'll be traveling. So the first year, I think I'm not going to go as far as Georgia, Tennessee area because I know there's a lot of people there. Unless Zach is like, hey, come up here, da 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 da. And I trust Zach to tell me a good place to sell. Because
and that is not the area.
Look, hey, you're supposed to be my friend, asshole.
I'm with you. You're like, I'm not going here, and I'm like, yes, agree. Don't do that. Like, dude, there is so many breeders in that area. Like, I won't even go to Louisiana because, like, Texas has this stigma. Like, they got the Texas Mafia here. Like, if you never heard of the Texas Reptile Mafia, ask somebody.
Yep.
Like, people are scared to come to Texas, and like, so all the Florida breeders stop at Louisiana. And it's like when I cross the border into Louisiana to do shows, you get Florida breeders who come to that show as the farthest show that they do. Like, and there's several of them. And so whenever you code that far to a show, that's your dump show. That's your show where you're selling stuff for whatever. You got the most expenses to be there, and you don't have to be that competitive. There's so many shows in the area. It's like, why would you do it? It's the same thing with going to Georgia or Tennessee. Like I've went to Georgia, I've went to Tennessee, and it's competitive. It's fiercely competitive. Whenever people are in those areas and they're bitching about like, man, the shows here are rough. This sucks. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, I feel you. I understand. Because you know, whenever I say, oh, the shows are good and stuff, people are like, oh, this guy, what the fuck? Is he lying? Like, my shows are horrible. It depends on where you're at, and it depends on what shows you're doing. And
I think it also depends on how you are as a seller.
Oh yeah, that
I 100%.
Yeah.
You know, I have been to shows where it is very, very slow, but I still managed, to push out, 8+ animals. But I'm very interactive with people. You know, I want to talk to them. I'm not just like, oh, you want to buy something? Not get moving. You know, I try to create that conversation with people. So yeah, whether that show is dead, it doesn't have the marketing, there's like barely people circling through the door, just use it. Like every person walking through is your opportunity to make a sale, to talk to them, find something in common with them. You know, just ask them, hey, do you have any reptiles? And, start a conversation, and it will lead to sales. 100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And never pre-qualify anybody. Never.
Right.
Sold my most expensive table to the most homely looking person. And I've had people walk up with Gucci bags buying, $40 snakes, and they're haggling over $5.
Yeah.
I sold a $900 snake for a pet for a family just looking.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I need to do the sponsor video real quick. I'm sorry, Zach, I don't have you on there yet, but Reptile Ads is a sponsor now, people.
Yes.
Sponsor.
Sorry, we get all.
Python Suzy. He's been professionally fondling pythons since April 2024. Before that, it was just for fun. He has balls and golans, and soon he'll have dwarf Burmese pythons in his collection. He loves dark clowns, leopards, and long walks on the beach with sunsets. He thinks orange dream and blackhead are salt and pepper on a good steak. Hit him up. He'll talk about just about anything. Fuzzy Acres is a small American business with a passion for top-notch customer service. Tyler is bringing his own high standards for his feeders at Tyler's Toxic Balls to your front door. At Fuzzy Acres, he's not just breeding feeders, Tyler is breeding trust by providing clean and healthy rodents, rabbits, chickens, and quails for all of your reptile needs.
Are we getting tasteless trivia? I was all excited. Like that kind of lead up to it, like this was a segue or something.
Well, I guess we are.
Yeah.
So it's very distracting looking at me on the big screen. But anyway,
No pressure.
No pressure whatsoever.
He's
All
just
right.
not even recognizing himself, like without the beard.
So here's a little something for you guys. Not so much trivia, but a really good bit of knowledge that you should know. So did you know that a male octopus, when he finds a female, he pulls off his penis and throws it at her?
Typical man.
And then he just leaves and grows a new one back. And that's like the primo way to tell somebody to go F themselves. So that's
So is that before or after mating?
That is before mating.
Oh, so the girl just does what she wants and he goes away?
Yeah, if she doesn't want it, then he threw it away for no reason.
We got some feedback, y'all. Is anybody watching the podcast and on the podcast?
That's weird.
I'll mute me and let me.
Was it Ashley? No.
Is it Holly?
I don't have shit going, dude.
Everybody mute.
One
at a time.
Say something, Doc.
Nope.
I'm
Yeah.
here. Hello.
Next.
Are we back?
Maybe.
No. Travis, is it you? Yourself.
Yourself.
Paw parts.
No.
Now he's gone.
Was it him?
I think it was
Zach.
Zach.
I don't know.
No, it's still there.
It's still there.
Okay.
Well,
We can go ahead and end this.
this.
Want to. I don't like it when it does the feedback.
I mean, it happened.
I don't know. It's like the computer stuff is so weird.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened.
Here and I just get away.
You just left.
Yeah,
I didn't make it leave.
The echo
is gone.
Okay, I'm gonna mute mine.
Okay.
Hello.
Still an echo.
Hello.
I'm muting mine.
Echo.
Echo? Anything?
Oh.
It's
Zach.
I still hear an echo.
I don't hear it anymore.
What about now?
What about now?
No, you still reverberate.
It's either Zach or Travis.
Oh, good Lord.
Let's see.
Let me mute.
Right.
Let's see.
I don't know.
Let's see. I've still got an echo anywhere.
You
No,
don't
it's
have an
better. So it's yes. One of you boys or both of you.
What about me?
Is it
Doc.
me?
Was Doc.
How about now?
It was Doc.
It's Doc.
What a picture. So it was Doc the whole time.
This whole time.
We got to get rid of him. I tell you.
You do sign language the whole time?
Oh, so anyway, fun facts. Not so much trivia, but another important piece of information. Probably not as interesting as the octopus sex, but you guys, you got to take me off the big screen. You guys ever wonder why the monarchs are so big? No, seriously.
Why are they so big?
So it's not a joke. So the T positive albinism sometimes is associated with another gene that is on the TYRP1 and MC1R gene, and that has to do with an enhanced glucose metabolism. So meaning for each rat that a monarch eats, it is able to utilize more of that meal than a typical ball python. So they get bigger, and then they probably will live a little bit longer, and maybe they produce better clutches. I don't know.
No, hearsay. They get bigger. Science would show that they would live shorter times.
Well, if they've got better glucose metabolism, you would think they might live a little bit longer.
Oh, no, you got to talk. You're going to have to talk to Nick Mutton about that. I'm pretty sure he's going to shut that one down.
I don't know who that is, but
he's the freaking Australia. Well, so Nick Mutton is number 1 for species now. Or no, Ryan still got him. So he's number 2.
He's number 2 for species.
Take it, Doc.
I just unmuted
so what
Doc.
do you mean by number 1 or number 2 for species?
Most species hatched, captive bred in the world.
Most species hatched?
Yeah. Nick Mutton, he's like they call him like the carpet godfather and stuff, but he does like all kinds of other species and stuff too, all kinds of Australian species. And he's one of the ones who like writes the papers and rewrites the taxonomy on shit like that. Like he wrote most of not most of them, but he wrote a lot of the current taxonomy papers for carpet pythons and the Morelia genus. And some other stuff like that. And he freaking knows way more than anybody should know about everything reptile related, and he teaches veterinarians.
Well, I mean, this other gene that's associated with the T positive does show up in a few other species. One of them is a rat, and the other one is actually humans. And those studies on them show that they typically live longer. The rats, especially, or the mice, I'm sorry, the mice especially, that have that gene associated with the T positive albinism. So, I mean, I think it would, it's a fair thing to say that it would probably translate the same in ball pythons, but maybe this carpet,
I don't know,
what do you call him? Carpet god?
Nick Mutton. His thing was talking about the size of reptiles, like our snakes, and how big we get them and stuff, versus their longevity and how long they live. And there's being a direct correlation to lifespan related to body size. He's one of the big proponents of feeding real light. Like I've gotten 4-foot, 4-year-old brittle python from him.
So he's probably talking about just snakes being overfed, reducing their lifespan versus just better glucose metabolism.
Well, his is more about the size in general.
Yeah.
And how the size is hard on their body. But I don't know.
Size is hard on everybody's body.
I don't know the science.
Shut up, Travis.
Hey, you know what? It's worth asking him. Whoever he is, reach out to him and ask him about it. It's kind of an interesting little thing. I mean, say that this glucose metabolism leads to better clutches. And, I don't know if monarchs do any better than any other snake as far as laying eggs go, but maybe they lay them longer till they're older or whatever. But
I hear
that's what Alicia has said.
Like not as good as ultra male, just in general, however you want to classify it, just not as good as ultra male.
They don't lay as good as ultra males?
Yeah. I heard that.
Alicia Harbin was talking about.
Right here, I heard that.
We're talking about like the visual tri-stripe female, and how sometimes, I have heard that the visual tri-stripe females sexually mature later, like around 6 or so. And there's a thought that maybe like the monarch girls are mature a little bit later also, but she gets huge clutches out of them.
From the monarch or the tri-stripe?
From the monarch. So, just saying, that's from Alicia.
Yeah. Well, I mean, enhanced glucose metabolism, it feeds into everything. Be curious to see what people find out in the long run with the monarchs.
You think of like my Volta girl. She gave me 17 eggs. I mean, that was a massive clutch.
My gosh.
Yeah,
what all is in your Volta?
She's just a normal. So I was just gonna put her to a male that I knew would do pretty pet snakes, and so just brought him to a super pastel, super vanilla calico, and he throws awesome calico. But yeah, 17 of those. So, but yeah, people love them at the shows. They eat those up. They love it.
Oh yeah, and people don't realize that stuff's genetic. I mean, I don't see how people don't realize. It's like, because we all instantly go there when we talk about our rodents, and we're immediately culling for this and that and every little freaking thing, and we know that we can breed for every little freaking thing, but we don't apply that to our snakes. It's like, my first year, like I went out and actively sought these big laying girls, and I don't have any of them left anymore. But when my first year, I didn't get 16 from them, but I had 3 girls that I bought that year who ended up being 16 egg laying clutch girls. And I've had 3 girls who've laid 16 for one of them laid 16 for me twice. She laid 16, 15, 16. Her first clutch, but her first clutch ever was 12. And I used all of those to make my holdbacks, my heads, and my females. And it was a big fire that I paid $75 for. I did the math on her, and I literally broke over $20,000 I made off that $75 snake in the 5 years I owned her.
Nice.
And then I had a big pastel blade het hypo, and I had a big blade, just a huge, like 4,500 gram blade. And they just laid monster clutches, and it's real nice that I'm getting babies from the, none of their girls went for me at 2. None of them. They all didn't go for me until they were at least 3 years old. but 9 is the smallest clutch I've got out of any of those girls for the first clutch. One of them gave me 11 for her first clutch.
And that's the offspring of the ones that you were just
and that's
mentioning.
the offspring
So, I mean,
I get from that big clutch laying girl.
there's something there. I mean, the big snakes. I don't know.
Yeah, and then I've got a banana pastel inchy hypo girl, and she dropped a clutch from me, and her mom was like 2,200 grams, gave me 5 eggs. What do you think this girl gave me for her first clutch? 4 eggs. She just gave me her second clutch, 5 eggs. Guess what? She ain't giving me a third clutch. It's like, oh, I'm going to, and I've got this other girl who's just like 3 genes, and this one's 3 genes plus a recessive, and the recessive one's going. I'm keeping the 3 gene girl because it's like, I want that in my collection. If it means I have to slow down and take a longer route to make some of the hets that I want to get some of the, not as good genetic snakes out of my collection. Like I purged shitty feeders like 2 years ago, really 3 years ago, but 2 years ago was like a final straw. Like I pulled the plug and even sold, like I lost a couple $1,000 easy on a couple snakes that I sold because, I bought them. And, and they were acids. They were freaking acids. And, one girl I bought at the time, it was the most expensive snake I had bought when I bought her for $2,200. And 2 years later, she was 600 grams. And I was like, fucking cut your losses. I think I sold her for like $400, $300. It's just like, it's not worth it. I mean, by the time you get them to feed, you're not going to, you're going to have a hard time getting your money back out of the clutches. Their babies are going to be more prone to having those similar problems. Their babies, and you're perpetrating that. So.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. I have Ultramel Blackhead Cinnamon Butter Girl. She is just about 4,000 grams. So I'm really curious to see what size clutch. She is a big girl. So I'm like, hopefully I get something big clutch size out of her.
Did you say 4,000 grams?
She's almost 4,000 grams when I put her on because she's huge. I was like, holy cow.
Well,
so, yeah.
It's been crazy to me how the size hasn't necessarily correlated to, because, I thought it was all about that in the beginning, just like, all I got to do is get them big and I'm going to get big clutches. And it's like, I just had a 3,500 gram snake, a big, huge pinstripe spider, exanthic het clown female. And I paired her to, for some exanthic clowns, and she gives me 5 eggs in one slug. And I'm like, and she still looks like one of my other snakes that's, like getting ready to start building.
Yeah,
it didn't even put a dent in her little chunky butt.
Yeah, speaking about snakes that are just smaller sometimes and are taking forever. I had a female that she was just taking forever to grow, and I think I watched like one of Babu's videos or something where he just like threw a male in just to kind of get things sparked in her. And I'm gonna try it. I'm just gonna throw a male in there, and you know what? Since then, she's like doubled in size, and she's not gravid or anything like that, but it just sparked something in her. So it did work for me. But yeah, I don't know. Now this is something in their makeup that's just like,
yeah, I've had
a little extra push.
Several girls too, like they'll freaking hit a wall and just won't want to go for you, and you throw a male to them, and then all of a sudden they take off. I've also thrown a male to them, and then all of a sudden they just don't eat and start getting fat. And next thing you know, I've got 3 eggs out of a little small female.
Yeah.
That's happened. But, they go right on the next year to grow on normal. I've gotten, 7, 8, 9 eggs out of a clutch girl that gave me 3 eggs, 4 eggs the first year, because she went a little earlier.
Yeah. No, I have a Enchi Bamboo Desert Ghost Posset Hypo male. He's small, but he is finally like starting to eat and like look good and growing. Because I'm like, man, I have got girls ready for you, sir. I need you to eat and like start putting on weight here. This is ridiculous. For like 2 years old, he was so tiny. But now this year he's finally getting up to weight, so I'm excited to use him.
Hey, I got my reptile ads up, Holly.
Yeah, I see that. I was wondering what that was about.
Well, you said you were trying to show it, but you couldn't get it to pull up.
There we go.
So, just real quick. You come in, you're at the market. You come up here for your dashboard. You go to your My Ads. I'm not sure if that shows up good on there or not, but go to Import Animals. And then you got here, there's some defaults. Like if you get this screen, it's just open until you set up your default import settings the first time, and then you click it and it closes by itself. It'll stay closed unless you need to come in here and change something. But you got your Husbandry Pro, your Morph Market, and I'll do a quick one on both of them real quick. You just click on that, and you can see like you can disconnect it if you want to unplug your Husbandry Pro, but it stays connected once you hook it up.
Hang on, Zach. I'm going to see if I can get that screen a little bit bigger for you. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, so you got your disconnect if you ever need to disconnect or reconnect it. And it breaks them into pages of 50. So if you've got a lot, you'll get page numbers up here, and you just click on the first page and it pulls them for you real quick. And that's one of the reasons it breaks it up into pages is because I was trying to do one of these on a 200 account and it took a long time to fetch it. So, and this is what it looks like. Now you see mine, somebody asked about this. Yeah, it says duplicate. All of mine are automatically unchecked because I already have these animals in there. So they're just marked as duplicate. If I were to check that and import it, it would just update any changes, but I don't have any. I can click on any one of my animals in here, and here's all the basic information on the animal, some additional information on the animal. I can put a description in or whatever I want. So I can do all that real quick and do quick entry style. You know, if I want to look at my photos, well, we'll pretend like I actually have photos on my animals. If you look through the Reptile Ads market, you see the Reptile Ads logo a bunch on listings. That's me being a slacker ass. But no, I was making this site for you. I didn't have time to take pictures of my animals. But you see, these are already checked. So it knows that these aren't duplicates. So it's already got those checked. I can unselect one if I don't want to set it up. And then I would just import my animals. And actually, I can do this. I can do this because these are all the right listings. Yeah, screw it. We'll do it. We'll do it live. Do it live. Well, actually, I take that back. I won't make y'all watch 32. 32 takes a minute. Well, I say that 32 takes a minute if you have pictures. I don't have pictures.
Yeah, it's currently down. It's currently uploading all mine.
Yeah, see, so if you don't have pictures, it's about this long. If you have pictures, it is approximately 4 seconds per photo per listing. So if you've got 5 photos, it's going to take 25 seconds per listing to create the ad.
Do you support video like YouTube, like Morph Market, or not yet? Do you know where you can put a link to a video on your ad, and it's going to take you to your YouTube?
No, currently no. And then for your Morph Market, you go here instead of Husbandry Pro, you just go to Morph Market. It gives you a little brief description here. This right here, it tells you large file, split it. That's for people really, if you don't have more than like 100 animals or so, don't even mess with it. But if you've got like 200 or 300, you want to split this up into chunks. So you're not trying to import 300 animals at once. You will find out it will take a long time. So I'll do a sample real quick. And this is actually let me move this so you can see it. Let me see.
My wife was just telling me to stop messing with my camera.
But see, I got the part 1, 2 of 3. I did a split on this one. So these are 3 smaller files. And then I preview the import. And this is where it pulls all the data. The more animals on this file, the longer this parse takes. But still, it's not too bad. Like I think this is 50 animals. This is a 50 animal file, I believe, or maybe 100. Maybe it's taking longer than I thought. This might be a larger one.
It's taking longer because we're watching.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
That's why that was that saying the pot of water boils slower when you watch it or something like that.
Yeah, I probably should have grabbed file 3 that had like 9 files in it instead of file 1 that had 100 files in it. I remember this is 100, 109. So this is how long it takes to parse 100 files with photos on every single one of them. Which, hey, that's not that bad. That's 100 files. Which that's going to be, most of our users aren't going to have that many. And then it does the same thing as the last one. You got page 1 or page 2. It'll tell you, hey, you didn't import anything on page 1. You sure you want to go? No, I'm not. I want to stay here. So you're doing the first page at a time. I'm not going to import these. I'm actually not going to show those. Those aren't my animals. But you can do the exact same thing. You go in, you can change anything that you want right there on the spot. Select the animals you want to import, and then you click import the animals, and it just sits there and spirals them. And I'll show you one of the ads. Let me find one with a photo. So this is your ad. I didn't set up anything on this. I just imported this. It brought over the photos. You'll notice my photo has a nice watermark. That's a feature that we offer.
Nice.
I have that set up in the system so it watermarks the photos, and that 4 to 5 second import is with the photo watermark. You can speed that up if you turn the watermark feature off.
And can you pick where the watermark is going to be?
Yes, actually you can't. You can't pick individually per picture. I'll go there and I'll show you the settings for it in a minute. But basically, you can pick which corner, or you can pick the center. Or
That's
there's
awesome.
an AI option that you can pick, and the AI will pick where it thinks it's best to put it.
That will save me 2 or 3 minutes per picture.
Oh yeah, it's an awesome feature. When you're in your seller tools when you first set up your seller profile, it's the very bottom thing. And here you can set up your transparency and stuff. We need to take this one off, but if anyone sees this, do not select 100% transparency. 100% opacity means invisible, people. So do not select that option.
Oh, come on.
I've had a couple of bug reports on that one. They're like, the watermark feature's not working, and I look and they set it to 100. So we're gonna limit that later. But so you got it right there, and then here's your watermark position. It's auto, left, right, center. I do auto on mine. It just moves it all around. I've never once found the auto where it put it across the snake, so that's why I like that one. You know, you got your storefront. We've redone the storefront. So if you looked at it at day one, this looks a little bit different. We've got dedicated storefronts now. So you'll no longer see any of the paid advertisements in your store. So if you send somebody your store link and they look at your 41 animals, they're not going to see advertisements for other people's stores anymore. We fixed that. Normally you would see lovely pictures everywhere if you're not slacker like I am.
Or me.
Yeah. Oh, let's go look at one of our newest stores to set up.
Oh, Chimera.
Yeah, so, and he's come through and actually done some of his stuff. So it's what a good, nice setup store should look like. And now this is all of your animals here, so they can see everything you have available. But one of the things I did like was this default view. Whenever they come straight here, you notice there's these 9 photos right here.
Mm-hmm.
From your dashboard on your My Ads, you have a little star. And you can pick up to 9 of those to be your feature. There we go. Here's my featured ones.
Like your storefront?
Yes. And so when I change one, it marks one. And you can pick which one you want to be featured. So you can pick what people see first whenever they go look at your store. So that's kind of a nice little feature we added in there.
Yeah, it is.
Does that work now? Ah, that works now. Oh yeah. Check this one out. Anyone who's been in here before today, you can now actually click on all of these. Ha 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 ha. We got that fixed last night.
Yep, I'm doing that right now.
Well, so these 3 were buttons originally, and these were just supposed to be viewables. But we had a lot of requests. People kept trying to click these. And they're like, man, why is this not a button? And so we made it a button. So your profile views right here takes you straight to your store. Your messages takes you to your messages. Just little usability, quality of life. My active ads takes you straight to your ads. So you don't have to come over here, click this, go down, find it. Just little sweet things. When you come to your dashboard, a lot of people kind of skim over this stuff or skip past this stuff, but this is a good one. Is you can always look here. I'm pretty good about getting updates posted up here at least weekly so you can see stuff. Some of them, if you can't see all of it, you can go to view all and you can see like the full list of everything that we've been working on. So you can see all of our updates and stuff. And what else was I going to say? I don't remember. Oh, yes. So if you run into any problems when you're on here, if anybody sees this, right here where your dashboard's at, just below that is bug report. You can get that from any screen, no matter what screen you're on. You can click right here on bug report. When you find something broken, click bug report right there on whatever screen you found something broken on. It'll record the screen for us and let us know. And you get a little pop-up. You can tell us what happened. Currently, we're at less than 24-hour lead time on these right now. We've got them completely caught up as of last week. And we've been on top of them the same day they've came in, every single one this week.
So Zach,
complaints are heard.
It's almost done. My download. Question: what did you say when it's saying? Because my computer froze, and then I had to redo it, and it says that all of the things are duplicated. If I import and it's duplicated, is it gonna have duplicates, or it's gonna overwrite?
You won't have duplicates. It won't set up a duplicate animal if there was some data that didn't come in. Like, basically, if you're telling me like right in the middle of your import it interrupted, and now it's telling you some of them are duplicate, it may have brought some of them over. Just re-import everything.
So if we re-import everything, it's just gonna override it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep, we got all that fixed. We had some initial bugs with that in the beginning where it was duplicating pictures. Every time you would re-import, you'd get your pictures again and again and again, and we were ending up with like all kinds of pictures, but we fixed it. So there shouldn't be any problems with that. But honestly, I mean, I really expected a lot of bugs, because like this is my first software launch. I'm not a software guy. I'm a reptile guy.
How did you get into this?
Business guy, but I don't have a software history really outside of my Husbandry Pro experience, and so I was expecting a lot of breaking and stuff like that since I'm the one who did most of the testing on this, and I'm not a professional tester. But I went into it with, if I couldn't figure out, like, I wouldn't let them tell me how to do anything. They just gave me the system, and then if I couldn't figure out how to use it, I griped at them until it was easy and intuitive. I mean. There's a lot of stuff you can do on here. There is a couple times where you might have to actually look and read a couple menu options and stuff to, get something accomplished, but I made it all as easy as I possibly could. And I've been doing my best to listen real good to feedback. That's something I historically am not good at. Nobody likes to hear criticism about their baby. But so I've been working on that. And, even if I'm all like, I don't know, that sounds stupid, I'll come back like 30 minutes later and be like, all right, we just added it. That was a good idea.
Right. Well, Zach, it was so good having you on, sir, talking about your new adventure. It's so amazing. I think we're all excited about it. And what you're doing, you're not doing what everybody else is doing. That's what I love about it.
We needed some healthy competition too.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't want to do what everybody else is doing. They're like, well, what about that Morph Market's doing it? And I'm like, why do you want me to do that? That's what they're doing. They're going to do what Palm Street's doing. They're following that kid. And I'm over here like, I'm playing in my own sandbox.
When Palm Street first come out, they reached out to me and I was like, no, thank you. No,
and
thank
guys, took me 30 minutes to set up my whole store with all of my animals. So congrats, like very smooth experience. I have my store set up now, so.
And most of that was probably just while you were sitting there just twiddling your thumbs, waiting on your animals to import.
Exactly.
And, talking over everybody and echoing and everything.
Exactly. Well, at least you didn't have to listen to me the entire show. Like there was like some silence for a moment.
I like your accent. Come on now. Well, thank you everybody for showing up. Greatly appreciated, and
including
reach
me.
out to Zach, Reptile Ads or Husbandry Pro, both. He's your man.
Yep.
And if you're checking out Husbandry Pro, you can use code TEXOMA60 to get 2 months free.
Oh, see there, he's so smart, y'all.
What if you did that and you never done anything?
Well, that's your fault, not theirs.
Now, if you wait 6 months, you can do it again.
Okay, I'll do that because it probably passed
free every 6 months.
No, that is not how that works.
I was waiting on that.
I can update my records twice a year. I'm good with that. Like, it's about how often I do it, anyways. People think my records are all updated and shit, and it's like if you go to my Husbandry Pro store link and you look at my incubator, you're gonna see like 12 clutches in there, and they've all hatched. Like, they come out of that screen whenever they get identified, and that doesn't happen until they're ready to be sold, or I think someone's interested in it. And I'm like,
Zach, do you have any carpets available right now?
I do. I'm so excited. Like, oh my God, they're getting prettier and prettier every shed. I've got 3 different clutches available. My Brettles, my very first Brettles are just now ready. I've got 5, but I've got 20 more that are like a week behind it.
So how many rats is that going to cost me? Look at that face. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
See ya.